Planning to study in Belgium from Pakistan in 2026?
You've got your admission, you're all set for this amazing new chapter. But here's the thing. Just one tiny mistake on your visa application, it can bring everything to a grinding halt.
But don't worry, that's exactly why we're here. We've put together a complete step-by-step guide to help you get through the Belgium study visa process without any issues.
Welcome to Study Leap. In this guide, we're going to break down everything you need to know for the 2026 intake. Our goal is to give you a super clear, easy-to-follow plan to get that Belgium student visa.
We'll start by making sure you understand the right kind of visa. Then we'll walk through gathering your documents, that super important legalization process, how to actually submit your application, what happens after you get approved, and finally, some tips to make sure you're successful.
Okay, let's get right into it. Section 1. Understanding your visa. Look, before you even think about collecting a single piece of paper, you have to be 100% sure you're applying for the correct visa. This is the absolute foundation of your application. If you get this part wrong, you're basically back to square one.
So, for any student from Pakistan heading to Belgium for a program that's longer than 90 days, the one you need is the Type D visa. You'll also hear it called the Long Stay Student Visa. And just so you know, once you actually land in Belgium, this visa is your key to applying for your official residence permit.
Okay, so what are the absolute must-haves? Well, before you even start, you need that confirmed admission letter from a recognized Belgian university for a full-time course. You also have to show that you have enough money to cover your tuition and living costs. And finally, you need a clean police record. These aren't suggestions, they're non-negotiable.
All right, so now you know which visa you need and the basic eligibility. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, gathering all your documents. Honestly, this is where being super organized and paying attention to detail is going to make all the difference. First things first, your personal documents. You'll need a valid passport, and make sure it has at least 12 months of validity left after you plan to be in Belgium. Then, you'll need recent biometric photos that fit their exact specifications, the visa application form you filled out online, make sure it's signed, and a copy of your CNIC or B form. Next up, let's talk about your academic paperwork. Of course, you need that original admission letter from the university in Belgium, but here's a really crucial part. Your previous degrees and transcripts have to be attested by the HEC or IBCC, and then they need to be apostilled by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Don't worry, we're going to dive deeper into what that means in just a minute. Okay, let's talk about money. Proving you can financially support yourself is a huge deal. You've got a few options here. You can show a bank statement from the last 6 months, or if you have a scholarship, the official award letter works too. Another way is to get an affidavit of support from a sponsor, but you'll need their income proof as well. Or you can use a confirmation of a blocked account in Belgium.
And last but not least for this section, you'll need a few more things. A medical certificate from a doctor who is specifically approved by the Belgian embassy, a recent police clearance certificate, proof that you have health insurance for your time in Belgium, and some kind of proof of where you'll be living, like a rental contract or a hostel reservation. And hey, make sure you watch till the end because we've got a complete checklist coming up that covers every single one of these items.
All right, let's talk about a step that honestly trips up a lot of people. Legalizing your paperwork. This is the process that makes your documents from Pakistan officially recognized and accepted in Belgium. It's super important.
The easiest way to think about this is like a two-step verification process. First, your educational documents have to be attested, basically given the green light, by the HEC or IBCC. Then, once that's done, you take those same documents to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to get an apostille. An apostille is basically an international seal of approval that says, yep, this document is legit, making it valid in Belgium. Oh, and a quick but vital point. If any of your documents are in Urdu, you have to get them translated by a certified translator into English, French, Dutch, or German.
And I really can't stress this enough. We're talking about a major reason for visa rejections here. Having incomplete or incorrect legalization is a huge red flag. So whatever you do not skip or rush this step. Okay, so once you've gathered all your documents and they're all properly legalized, you're finally ready for the main event, submitting your application. The process itself is pretty straightforward. First, you'll go online and fill out the form on Belgium's Visa on Web portal. After that, you book an appointment at the VFS Global Center closest to you. On your appointment day, you'll go in and submit your entire file in person, give your biometrics, that's just your fingerprints and a photo, and pay all the necessary visa and service fees.
You know, planning really is everything when it comes to this process. This timeline is a great roadmap to follow.
Try to get your university applications done between October and January. Then you can use the next few months, from February to April, to prepare and legalize all your documents. That puts you in a great spot to submit your visa application between April and June. Doing it this way gives them plenty of time to make a decision before you need to fly out in August or September.
So, how long does it take? On average, you're looking at about 4 to 8 weeks for the visa to be processed. But, and this is a big but, during the busy season, it can easily stretch to 12 weeks. And that right there is exactly why applying early is so important. Getting that visa stamped in your passport, what an amazing feeling. It's a huge milestone, for sure. But the journey isn't quite over yet. Let's talk about the critical steps you need to take after your visa gets approved. Okay, so before you even leave Pakistan, get your flight booked and lock down your accommodation. And please make sure you carry all of your original documents with you. Don't pack them in your checked luggage. Then, as soon as you land in Belgium, the clock starts ticking. You have a critical deadline. You must register at the local municipality, which is like the city hall, within 8 days of arriving. This is what kicks off the process for getting your official residence card.
And just a heads up, for those of you in programs longer than 1 year, you will need to renew your residence permit. To do that, you'll have to show proof that you're still enrolled, that you're making good academic progress, and that you still have the funds to support yourself.
All right, let's wrap this up with probably the most important part: how to secure your success and avoid those common mistakes that can lead to a visa rejection.
Think of it this way. What separates a weak application from a strong one? Well, the most common reasons for getting rejected are things like not having enough financial proof, using forged or incomplete documents, or having a study plan that's just too vague and makes the visa officer question why you're really going. On the other hand, a strong application, it shows sufficient funds, has all genuine and properly legalized documents, and lays out clear, solid academic goals.
And just as we promised, here is your final checklist. Seriously, before you walk into that VFS appointment, take a minute and go through this list. Do you have your unconditional offer letter? Check. Is your passport valid? Check. Are all your degrees attested and apostilled? Check. Is your financial proof, medical certificate, and insurance all in order? Ticking off every single one of these boxes is your best bet for a successful application.
You see, when you have all your documents in order and a clear path to follow, this whole process feels so much more manageable. And it all leads to the really fun part: thinking about what's the first thing you're going to do or see when you finally get to Belgium.
So if this guide helped you out, then welcome to the Study Leap channel. We'd love it if you'd subscribe, give this a like, and maybe share it with any friends who could use it too. We'll see you in the next one.